and welcome back to another episode of Don't Blame Me. Today, we have one of my favorite people of all time. Becca Tilley is here.
Hi.
I'm so excited for you to be here. And I'm excited that we got to have you, we rescheduled because Becca was actually supposed to be here the day I had a seizure.
Yeah.
So
that was a scary phone call.
I felt so bad.
I mean, are you kidding me?
It was like she was passed out and I was like, I gotta email her reps. She was like literally passed out when I was emailing her reps.
So it was she used my face to unlock my phone to text my boyfriend to be like, hey, FYI, she had a seizure. I don't know if you want to come home from work and like accompany us to the hospital, but just so you get an update on what's happening. No, yeah, while I was out, you were very productive.
Yeah.
She went into crisis mode. Like also like company crisis
you had to
too.
be like right down the street, right?
Yeah, I was really close. And I'm always like super late. Like I was late today and I was like, I'm on time. And then I get the call and I'm like, well, that's a big I was like, is she okay? Do we have any updates?
Well, we do finally have updates. I am okay. I'm fine. It turns out it was it's like a vasovascular cinoscope is what he said, which basically is like having a seizure when you have like pain and fainting. So it can happen like if you're like, it's like pain, shock, and all of those other factors. And so he says I'm allowed to drive, which I'm stoked about. Because the only time that I would potentially crash a car from having one of these is if I was in extreme pain and shock, which would probably only happen if I had already crashed the car. And then he said, it's fine if I seize. So that was it. But I'm glad that we can finally have you back. And
on.
Oh, yeah, actually on.
Yeah.
I made it to the house.
And we're actually recording this time. But if you guys are new here, this is an advice podcast. If you want to call in for an upcoming episode, you can leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. And international listeners, you can send us an audio file at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. And you have a podcast, so you're already going to be very good at the talking, which you already are.
I do. I have a podcast with my best friend. You want me to plug it right now?
Yeah, hell yeah. Scrubbing in
with Becca Tilley and Tanya Rad, based off of our love for Grey's Anatomy.
Such a wonderful show.
I love how much everyone else loves it.
Yeah.
And that one scene, you tweeted about it, but I think I saw it from something else too, which was like a sexual assault survivor scene or whatever.
My gosh.
When the women
I fucking watched a minute and a half clip, never seen the show in my life. I was sobbing. Sobbing. And I was like, oh wow, this show. Should we play the tapes?
Yeah.
Roll the tapes.
Hi, Megan, Melissa, and guests. I'm 18 years old and I am about to start my sophomore year of college. I feel like it would be smart to see a gynecologist before I'm kicked off my parents' insurance. But I've never been and I feel uncomfortable talking about it with my mom. I have 3 brothers, so I've been raised to keep uncomfortable things like that out of discussion. Weirdly enough, my insurance doesn't go through my school's health center, so if I went while in school, a bill would be sent to my parents' house. And I don't know, I think it'd be even more awkward if my dad saw that. So I guess what are some tips for asking my mom about it and like setting up an appointment? And tips for my first time seeing a gynecologist? I just hear all these like things about you need to go like this many times. I think it's like once a year. I don't even know. Once a year, but I've like never been, and I'm almost 19 years old, and I feel like, hey, I should probably go at some point, maybe preferably before I get kicked off my parents' insurance. I'm looking forward to see what advice you have to give me, and thank you. Love your podcast. Bye.
I mean, you don't get kicked off insurance till 26. You got years.
Oh, I was going to say, you have years to rack up those insurance.
100%. Yeah, go to the doctor. You got years to go.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is, isn't it like, I mean, I say this is somebody who went to the gynecologist for the first time this year at 20. I know.
Oh, wait, I remember seeing that whole story.
I know. I finally went. But you're supposed to go, isn't it like as soon as you're sexually active or 18?
Or 21.
Oh, 21.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you didn't.
You still, and she's 19, I think.
Yeah.
So you've still got time.
Yeah.
Or 18. She's 18.
If you're not sexually active.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if her parents are kicking her off or something because she has many years. I mean.
Yeah.
Or maybe she doesn't realize it.
Yeah, maybe she thinks at 18 or
because you can have insurance through school.
Yeah.
But also that usually ends up just meaning that like if the bill is going to your parents, it's still through their insurance. It just means you have like a place to go.
Yeah.
At school.
I have always thought, because I'm one of 5 kids and we are 4 girls in my family. So like my dad and brother just had to hear about like periods and female things with it. We just did what we had to do. And I think that they're always going to be around women at some point, and they should probably get used to hearing about the gynecologist because that's what keeps women healthy.
That's what like delivers babies. I think like the thing is you're making it like a sexual thing and it's not it's a doctor.
It's
like,
a medical thing.
Yeah. And it's not even like like your STDs, you're having sex. We have to figure out like birth control, that kind of stuff. Like it also is like cancer screenings and like mammograms and things that aren't just like vagina related. And I think like I think if you don't broach it like the subject with your parents like it's a sex related thing, like more like along the lines of being like I feel like I should probably go like just like to check everything out health wise, and if you're not sexually active and you want to be like I'm not having sex right now like but I just want to like have everything like be safe and like make sure that I'm being smart about everything, come
as a medical thing and not sexual, and it should be fine.
I also do. I mean, I do think now I'm 30, so like that seems so far. Like 18 or is she 18 or 19?
She's 18.
Yeah, 18 seems like so long ago, and it's so easy at this point to be like, just talk about it. It's easy. But I remember being 18, and I was so scared to talk about anything that was like iffy with my parents. Yeah. So I thinking about it after initially my answer is like, just talk to her about it. It's medical. I do understand that that's a scary thing to approach. But I would say talk to your mom. Just say that you're wanting to do it for like your health and that you are ready to take that step and that you want to take care of it. And she's been to the gynecologist before, so she should be able to like relax you and give you the right advice. So, and
she'll know that it's not sexual related because she's also gone. But I think also if you are like, if your family's like not one to talk about like period female reproductive stuff, you could also really just fucking go and they can get the bill and then they will maybe they will never fucking bring it up with you. Like that could also be a way to, if you don't want to have that conversation, like maybe they'll see it and be like, oh, this is awkward, we're not going to speak about it, like that kind of a thing. And then I'd say, I mean, I do have a highlight on my Instagram story about the first time I went to the gynecologist and everything.
It took me 2 years to get her there.
It did. I was terrified. And now my gynecologist is no longer under my insurance. So I have to find a fucking new one. I know, it's like starting all over. But I think like the things that you have to like realize is like, depending on what they're going to do. So if you're not sexually active and if you're not 21, they're not going to do a pap smear. Unless you've got like a family history of like any sort of like cancers or something like that, they might not do it. They can also like, you don't have to do it the first time that you go. You could like just have a consultation, like just talk with them, meet with them, and then they can say, we can schedule this for the next time. Because that's also like not, I don't know, that's not like a pap smear is like really not scary. That's what wasn't what I was afraid of. It's like, it's very easy and nothing's weird. And the thing that depending on like if you're nervous or anxious about, like if you're nervous about like them seeing your vagina, I personally prefer like a female just because like I also like get terrible cramps and pain. So I want someone who also understands like a period. So when I'm talking about that, some people prefer guys if they're like if they're heterosexual and they are used to guys being down there and like that's more comfortable for them. But they see so many fucking vaginas all the time. They see infected vaginas. Like they see like they're not judging your vagina. They're just looking for medical stuff. It's like looking like at an elbow or like a knee. It's not like a sexual thing to them.
So this is what's covered in your first exam is they talk about birth control options if you want them. You learn about screening for and preventing STDs. You'll have a pelvic exam, and then if you are 21 or older, then you'll have a pap smear. So you wouldn't have that yet because you're 18. And then you find out about HPV and then about how to care for yourself. So
it's so very
it will only
medical.
Take like 10 minutes.
Really. Yeah.
I remember my biggest fear was like, are they going to be judging my vagina?
Yeah.
And then I was like, why They see like
old,
like
young.
infected, like I'm
what-
good, I'm clean.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not going because like my vagina's turned green. Like I didn't go that time I had a crazy reaction to
Which if it
monostat.
has turned green,
Yeah.
go get that
Go get it
out.
checked out. But
Yeah.
like they're not looking like they're not like judging your very like normal like your normal state vagina. And also even if you have like an infection or something, like
That's what they're there for.
They just want it. They were trying to help you get better.
Yeah. So I wouldn't stress too much about that. It's they've and also like your vagina's like it's special to you, but it's not that special to them. They're like it's not that important. Like I got this. Like this is fine. So yeah, I it's easier to said than done. But my fear was that I was like dying and that like they were gonna tell me. And also this is what I found out, which just eased my anxiety. Was my gynecologist goes, even if you were dying, I'm not gonna know that today. I'm gonna have to call you. And I was like, oh, solid. So like that was my fear. So I was gonna go in and they were gonna like be like something's terribly wrong. And she goes, something might be wrong, but I don't know yet. I have to wait for her to come back. Then I'll just call you. And I was like, okay. And it actually made me feel a lot better because that was like, it was the first time that was like so nerve wracking. And then I was like, oh, okay, cool. And she goes like, do you feel like you're dying? I was like, no. And she goes, then chances are you're probably not. Like if you feel fine, I was like, oh, okay.
Did you ever feel like when people, before you went, and people would always talk about going to the gynecologist, did you ever feel like you had to be like, oh yeah, like act like you've been?
No. I fully would just not say anything. And then Melissa would go, you know, Megan's never been. And I'd be like, for sure. Cool. I like, it's literally never, cause like that was, I just lied when I was like, it's younger. It was like one of those things like you don't need to go unless you're sexually active or you're 18. And I didn't turn 18 till right before college. So it wasn't like, oh, we're going to bring you on in. And so like my doctor would be like, are you sexually active? And I was like, no. Not at all. And they're like, okay, like, why are you being weird? And I was like, I'm not being weird. And then I just like never went. So I just lied. And so the only other time I went, I had gone to like, I think I got my pediatrician. Maybe I had gone, but like didn't do an exam.
Oh yeah.
Because like, I think they just did an ultrasound on my like stomach because I had really bad cramps. Since they were like, I don't know what the fuck they were looking for. So you can't see fucking anything that way. And then they were like, are you sexually active? Should we do like a internal exam? I was like, no, not at all. And so I just lied. That was the thing. I don't know why. I was just scared. I was scared they were going to tell me that I was dying. And I don't know. Now I'm like, that was fucking dumb because like, you're right. Like, it's not like I'm going to spread my legs. And she's like, yep, time of death, 2 minutes. Like, I'm not going to fucking like, if also I'm looking at my vagina, like I'm not seeing anything that's like, like there's no like knife. Like there's nothing like, I'm clearly not going to like, I don't know what I thought she was going to see that I couldn't see that was going to be that I was dying. But it turns out I'm not dying, everybody. It's cool. But she did leave me a voicemail when like I had done my blood work. She's like, something did come back abnormal. If you could give us a call. And I was like, oh my fucking God. And I called, I'm fucking low on vitamin D. And I was like, bitch, oh my God. Just tell me, be like, it's really something, it's so minor. Like,
you
don't
just
worry.
need to step outside and get some sun.
I know. I was like, I mean, 100% my health app tells me, yes, I did only take 200 steps today. Like, I know I definitely need more sunshine. But like, if you're calling me, it was like with all of like, it wasn't even, I think it was like STD stuff, which I like had also never been checked for STDs, which was terrible, but I didn't have any. But like, it was all these other tests. I didn't even know she was checking my vitamin D levels, but that was the one that was bad. And I was like, I thought I was like, oh, so I am dying. This is the call.
I got the call too after my first time. And she was like, some things came back in your blood work. And I'm like, great. This is I'm going to start living like I'm dying. And I'm low in iron.
Yeah.
Which I knew. I was like, I know I'm low in iron.
I know. That was the stuff that I was like, this is like, you need to like call and like
just
preface it that it's like going to be okay. Like it was super minor. It's nothing to worry about. It's just like a routine vitamin deficiency. Just say that. Don't say like, we have some abnormalities.
Hi, Megan. I am 24 years old, and I need some advice on some parent issues. Some backstory, basically, I went to college and lived on my own all through college. I was away for college. And then I came back and lived at home. I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years. One of those years was long distance. And I am now back home and we are together. Basically, we are moving in together and we are both really, really excited about it. It's a big step for us, but we are both ready for it and excited about it. The problem is that my parents are not okay with it. whatsoever. And it's just giving me a lot of anxiety having their, not having their approval, I guess you should say. I just need some advice on how I should talk to them and try and get them to understand why I want to move in. And they are wanting me to live at home and save money and all of that. But I've already been out of the house for such a long time that that's just not an option for me. I feel like the underlying problem is me moving in with my boyfriend, and it just really hurts me that they're not supportive. They have since cut me off. The only thing that they still pay for is my phone bill, and they have cut me off from paying that. It's just a really stressful situation when I'm trying to be excited to move in, and they just aren't happy for me. They don't want to look at the place. They're not supportive emotionally. The relationship has just been kind of strained since I told them I was moving in. So if you have any advice on how I can get through to them and kind of fix our relationship, that would be great. Thanks. Bye.
It's literally the worst.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think like, I don't know any parent who's like, oh, I'm so stoked you're living with your boyfriend. Like, can't wait. Like, I don't know any, like, no one's like, parents aren't, it's not their job to be excited for you, like, living with the guy who you're sleeping with. You know what I mean? Like, that's not their job. Their job is like to want you to save money. Like, yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, it depends on if it's like that mentality or if it's like a religious thing of like, I don't want you to move in together until you're married.
Yeah.
Which she didn't clarify. Yeah. I come from a very traditional Christian family. Mm-hmm. So I actually totally get that because my parents would be the same way. And they wouldn't, I don't think they'd get to the point where they'd cut me off. I think, but it would definitely be a conversation and be a little bit uncomfortable. But I have recently been learning that our parents are there to raise us and to teach us like foundational beliefs and what they believe. Like that's what their job is, to teach us what they believe. Mm-hmm. And at some point we become adults and we are able to make our own decisions. And I think if you're not financially dependent on them, I know it's stressful that they've like cut you off in some areas, but I think if you're able to like be financially independent, that's not their choice. Like it's not their choices to make for you anymore. Like they're not like my younger sisters, they are like, my parents still pay for everything. So there is a level of respect that they have to have for my parents and their wishes. But at some point when you're financially independent, it's your life. Yeah. And like you're an adult.
Yeah. No, I think you're exactly right. If you want your parents paying for your kid or whatever, that's not, and also like once you get to a certain age, like once you hit past 18, paying for your kid, there is something expected in return. Mm-hmm. Like it's not just, I'm not just like throwing money at you like without any sort of like, this is how I'm going to want you to spend my money. Mm-hmm. Like I'm spending money specifically on like your necessities and your needs. Like if your parents were like funding your life, their goal is not, oh, I really want to give her enough money. Like I want her to like this money that is used for rent. Like I don't care if she spends it on shoes and she lives in a box. Like, no, it's like they want, like they're there doing that parent thing of making sure you have like food on the table, like a plate, like a safe place to live and all of those things. So if you want to live with your boyfriend, you cannot expect your parents to pay for your life because you want to be independent and like you don't get to select places where you want to be independent and then places you want to then be dependent on them, because if you were going to live under their roof, you would also have to abide by their rules. Mm-hmm. And if they're going to pay for your life, then they have some say in how you live your life. If you want to be independent, then you have to pay for it. Mm-hmm. So I think like, I don't agree. Like, I'm definitely like, I live with my boyfriend, like living in sin. We lived together for a very long time. So I understand why you want to live with your boyfriend, but like your parents, they don't need to get that. Like they're not, you don't need to change their mind. You have to choose. Do I want to live with my boyfriend? And my parents will deal with it. I don't need them to be happy, but they're going to fucking eventually deal with it. It might cause strain. They're not going to pay for my shit anymore. I'm going to be fully financially independent, but they're going to deal with it eventually. Like they'll come around and be fine and deal, not be happy for you and be excited for you and like want to like help you pick out pillows. Like they're not going to get there. Or do you want to live with your parents and be okay with not living with your boyfriend and like having them pay for more of your stuff, be a little more cushy and comfortable, and have them be happy for you and love what you're doing, but then continue to do what they want you to do? Because this is going to happen at any point. Like you said, like it's an age thing. Eventually your parents aren't going to pay for your whole life as you're married with kids. And the choices that you make, if already the choices that they want for you aren't necessarily what you want for yourself, like you're going to change it at some point. So it's just the choice, when can you do that? And you're in a financial place that you can. So I think if you are now, then I think, yeah, it's a great opportunity to like be financially independent, which is a very empowering thing. And it's going to need to happen at some point. And then they'll deal, but you can't have both.
I know. That's what I was going to say. And our parents, like, all they want is to like protect us. So in their mind, they're like, well, we don't want you to be financially independent. We don't want you to be depending on this guy. Yeah. And who knows, like maybe they don't like him. Like there could be a situation where they don't like support the relationship. I don't know, but you can't. I agree. It's like you have to choose one or the other. Yeah. You go on your own and you're separated from them. And it doesn't mean you don't love them. It doesn't mean that they don't love you. It just means that you disagree on the situation,
which is going to happen. It's going to inevitably happen, even if it's like when you get married or when you have kids. Like it's always going to happen at some point. So it's just, when can you afford for it to happen? Like when can you afford for them to not pay for your life?
True.
And if you can, and also, yeah, I mean, how long did she say that they were dating, her and her boyfriend? I'm in no place to judge. Moss and I moved in together like in a couple months.
But you knew each other for a long time.
Yeah, we did.
It's also, I mean, my parents eloped after like 3 months of dating. So it's like and I feel like they would probably frown upon that for me to do it. You know,
very much like, we did this, but that's not what we want you to do.
They've been together 2 years.
Yeah. And she's like in her 21.
She's 24.
24. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you can afford it, live with your fucking boyfriend. Your parents will deal.
Yeah.
Because I get not wanting to move back in with your parents and deal with like their rules and stuff. But their money, you have to abide by their rules. Yes. So
I think what I would do, because I'm such a people pleaser, especially with my parents, it's something I'm really working on, of being less a people pleaser. But I would at least have a conversation and be like, this is what I want to do. I want to be financially independent. I'm going to move in with my boyfriend, but I love you. I respect you. Thank you for like helping me up until this point, and leave it at that.
Yeah. And like, I still want to have a relationship with you, but like, and it might take them a little bit, but like they will probably come around. But yeah, it's like they're letting their little girl like off into the world and like live with this big scary boy who like has a penis and like wants to put it in her, you know, like,
wow.
Do you know what I mean though? Like it's one of those things, like you're as much as like you can be friends with your parents, like they don't want that.
Yeah.
You know? And if they do, then like that's weird. And then they're trying to be your friend and like not your mom. Like, yeah, girl, get it. Get that dick. And you're like, what? Weird fucking move. But best of luck. And if you really can't afford it, don't fucking do it. Move back in with your parents, because it's not worth it to go into debt for some guy that you're dating. And even if you like love him and end up with him, you guys can then wait until you have money. Because like going into debt for this would be like, I think just a very like stupid mistake.
Yeah. The parents are living with their parents is worth staying out of that.
100%. Yeah. And if saving more money, if you need to save money, I think that's, it's not, I don't think it would be as terrible. And like free shit is always worth it. Like paying rent sucks. So
it really does.
Yeah. Best of luck. Let us know what you decide. On to the next.
Hey, Megan. I'm 20 and I'm calling about some advice for my boyfriend. Him and I are a great couple, but over a year ago, he mentioned to me about this girl that in high school he was completely head over heels for and was perfect for him and perfect for his family, which I'm not Christian, so I am not perfect for his family, and that's made quite clear to me. It was all well and good, but then when I went away this year, the first day, like the day I left, he rekindled with her. And it kind of sat really wrong with me. The moment your girlfriend leaves the country, you like jump to like your high school sweetheart. But it was all innocent until they caught up like consecutive days in a row and stuff like that. And now she's constantly texting him saying, hey, where are you working tonight? As he's a DJ, so it changes. I'm going to come, we're going to get drinks, like, where are you DJing? And stuff like that. And that makes me really uncomfortable. And then one thing that sat really unwell with my friends, which is why I can't go to them for advice, is my best friend in the entire world is a guy. And he had a 21st and he invited all his friends. And I got to invite my boyfriend because obviously my best friend and my boyfriend are close. And all my boyfriend said was, cool, can I invite the high school sweetheart? I'm not going to use her name because I know they're beeped out, but can I invite the high school sweetheart? And I was like, okay, like didn't think anything of it. And I went up to my best friend and said, oh, can he invite this girl? And my best friend was like, sure, but like, why is he inviting a girl to a 21st where he doesn't know anyone, where his girlfriend's going to be? Like, it's not like she knows people at the 21st. She's not going to know anyone. She doesn't even know me. He doesn't want to introduce me from the way it seems. But yeah, I just don't know what to do because obviously my friends aren't really for it. They don't think he should be seeing her this often, pretty much from that 21st incident. And I just don't know what to do because I don't want to be the person to say she makes me uncomfortable. And I have tried to speak to him about it, and he has just yelled at me and told me that I can't talk about it. So that's not an option, I don't think. Thank you.
Oh my God.
so many things to say.
Why are you fucking dating a DJ?
That's where you start.
Yes. I'm sorry. This is why you don't fucking date a DJ. DJs are the fucking worst. Like, I don't want to say that you went in, like, I don't know how experienced you are with dating, but like, this is like textbook. This is what happens when you date a DJ. I hate your boyfriend. Also, are you sure he's your boyfriend?
I've asked that question to people before. So,
like,
yeah.
He's cheating on you, FYI.
Yeah, he's
like
for sure cheating on you, and he cares more about her feelings than he does about yours.
Yeah, which this is so bad. Like, you are like you're chill to a fault. Like, I think you should go to whatever, if there's an opposite of an anger management class, like I need you to go somewhere where like
you get angry.
They encourage, like the plate throwing. You need to go somewhere they encourage aggression and anger, because like he's walking all over you. He's yelling at you, saying he like you can't talk to him about this girl. Like, also, I'm like, I feel so fucking bad for you because you obviously have to be like the nicest person ever, because he's not even fucking hiding it from you. Like, that's such a level of like, oh, I fucking got this over her. She doesn't know shit. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. She's not going to say anything to me. Like, he's treating you like shit by the fact that he's parading the girl that he's cheating on you with around. Like,
yeah, he almost has lost the respect to even try to hide it from you.
Which, like, that's the level of being like, if you're gonna fucking cheat on me, you better hide it so goddamn well. Like, you better like respect me so much that like
respect my intelligence.
Yes, like he doesn't, and like it's just like he doesn't even care about bringing the girl he's cheating on you with around your friends,
right.
Like that, and then it's just like. I hate to say, like, there's nothing, like, he's just a shit dude, and like there isn't like a salvaging of your relationship because he's already like fully fucked this up. And like, I feel so bad for you that your mind's not even in the cheating world, and we're all just like, he is. But like, I think like he must be like, I don't know, the fact that he yelled at you and all of that, like he, like, whatever, he's a DJ. I'm going to talk shit on him. You have to break up with him. So like, I'm saying, like, he definitely like is doing enough sketchy shit that this isn't alarming to you, so you're able to rationalize and justify this. Like, because if this was like a really like very easy normal relationship where there wasn't anything like this would be like so weird and so crazy and wild that like it would cause a rift and drama. But the fact that like he is like gaslit and manipulated you enough to make you think that like this is like just a thing. Like, oh yeah, no, and also like even the idea that like he would talk to you about his like ex-girlfriend about like, oh, she was perfect for me, like she was perfect for my fam. Like to me, like it's a movie, like perfect for my family, turns and looks like, and she's like, I okay, for sure picked up on that, not perfect for your family.
And like you should not be in a relationship where that's how you feel. Like, I'm not good enough for this guy or his family because we don't have the same beliefs. Like, you have your beliefs because that's who you are as a person, and you should not be feeling like you're less than or like you're not good enough because you're not perfect. I have quotes up for this one douchebag guy who doesn't even treat you the way a Christian should be treating a girl.
Honestly, I was like, that's where my mind goes. Like, that's not a very Christian thing to fucking do. Yeah, it's like he's trying, and even with that statement, it's belittling your confidence to make you feel like shit, to make it feel like, oh, but I chose you, I'm special. Like he's making it like that you're not worthy, but he's still like dating you and dealing with it, and then like he's doing all this other shit, but you're supposed to feel so grateful for him. Like it's just such a manipulative tactic, and like, why are you dating a DJ? Like, this is so fucking insane to me. Like, and he's the worst, and your friends should hate him. And like, yes, you can't, I get that you can't talk to your friends about it. And also like people can do shitty things and recover from them, but like, this is like a different level of like shitty. Like he's just cheating on you. And if you need, I'm giving this advice. If you need the confirmation, fucking unlock his phone and read his text, and you will see that he is cheating on you. Like, he is 100%. And I don't think that you realize it, because I think he's manipulating you, and you have to talk to your friends because they'll really unleash. Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, no, babe, like
they
100%.
Already have, kind of, and she's just not taking it.
But you need to go into it and be like, hey, you know what? I called into a podcast. They were all so pretty and nice and cool. You should listen. Hit him up, and then be like, and I am wondering now, like, I know you guys don't like him. I wonder what we should name him. Brad. You know, you guys really don't like Brad. No, it's going to be a weirder name.
It's got to be a DJ.
A douche name.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Fox. No, whatever douche's name is. But say like, you know what? I'm starting to realize that I think
Chad.
And like open it to your friends, because they might be waiting for you to kind of realize these things, because they don't want to put, and I think it's the advice I would give them is like, wait till you come to them, because they don't want you to push them away. And if you're like, I think this is what's happening, and like, I think like my gut, I'm now realizing he might be cheating on me, and like I just need you to be like super straightforward and blunt and honest with me, because like I think he's been manipulating me and like fucking with my mind, and like I just feel really confused, and I don't think I should feel like that. I think I've been really manipulated, and I don't think I have the best judgment right now, and like help me out, because that's, if you're being gaslit from him, which you 100% are, because like that's like if you go to someone and you have an issue and your feelings are hurt and they yell at you for your feelings being hurt, that's gaslighting. They're trying to make you're at fault now for your feelings getting hurt, and you're not allowed to have feelings. And it can be really hard to make like sane, rational decisions, because you're also not trying to piss someone off, which shouldn't be how your feelings go. That's not how feelings work. At all. So you need to talk to your friends and like have them be really like forthcoming and honest with you. And if you need to find evidence, like find the evidence, because I think it's going to be pretty easy, because I don't think he respects you enough to hide it. I bet he doesn't have like a secret folder. I literally bet if you
doesn't have a passcode.
Like honest, it's 000. Honestly, try just all of like 1111 4444. Literally every single one. Yeah, it's going to be fucking easy. And also if you again need to, reach out to the girl and just be like, hey, can I just get like, if you break up with him and you want confirmation from her or anything like that, I think like she also might not even know that you exist. Like you might be his sister or his cousin. Like it can be something like that, but you need to get like, he's just done too much shit, and you need to get whatever you need to end it. You need to get there to end it, because he's the fucking worst.
Yeah. You need to say goodbye to this relationship.
And don't date DJs. Nobody ever dated a DJ, especially like a hometown DJ. Oh my God. If you're going to date a DJ, like I at least need you to have a residency in Vegas and millions of dollars.
Yeah,
see,
you gotta be traveling.
Yeah.
There's got to be some travel.
You cannot date a domestic DJ. No domestic DJs. Fuck no. We are so above that. Don't fucking do it. And also don't date, what are the other ones are bad? Magicians.
Who dates a magician?
I don't know. There's Anna Ferris's podcast. She has a list of things you can't do. Magicians. I think
so
chefs.
Wait, why chef? Why not
Chefs. There's like a stereotype that tends to be pretty. It's a lot of ex-cons, like ex-criminals, very tatted up.
Okay, but
Maybe anger issues,
there's gotta
maybe
be
drugs.
some
There's a lot
sort
of.
of
Oh yeah, definitely.
exception there.
They're
Yeah.
like someone who works at Chipotle. You're good. Like Michelin.
Is that a chef?
I don't know.
That's a
Our standards are low.
True. That's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how old. If you're 16, you can date someone. I worked at TCBY. I also wasn't
No,
a
I'm
chef.
just saying I don't think someone who works at
Oh,
Chipotle
he's
is a
not
chef.
That's
Right.
not what's on their resume.
No.
Chef at Chipotle. I mean, Chipotle, I'm sure, has a chef.
I don't think.
A line cook.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what they have, a line cook.
Okay. Well, who controls the line? The chef.
No.
I've been watching
head
way too
line
much
cook.
MasterChef. That's true. But yeah, also, who else should we not date? Professional athletes,
I was
probably.
gonna say professional
Unless it's Steph Curry. But like, no, don't date him because he's
My
happily married.
brother-in-law was he's a former professional athlete, and he was definitely the exception.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the things that he said that went on, it's very devastating.
Oh, it's like, to me, I'm like, that's so fucking, but that's why I'm happy that there's like the shows like for the wives and girlfriends of like a select athlete. I'm like, yeah, you get that fucking money. Like,
Yeah.
get that money for just dating the guy who's treating you like shit. Like, monetize that. I'm like here for that for them. But yeah, so let's not date DJs, everybody, unless it's like really, just don't date a domestic DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about, or like, and like, I'm also not, I'm counting in domestic DJ like US and Canada, like the Americas. Like
You're saying they need to be going international.
yeah, they need to
for
like
you to
Japan.
consider them.
Like I don't like, I need them like not even just like, oh yeah, like Canada. Like no, I need them to go like
need them to
real
go- okay.
international. Not that like Canada.
You mean, like,
You
they're
don't need
going
them
European.
like they live in Washington and they just
no,
drive
or
over
they
to
live in
Canada.
Buffalo and they drive on up to
Yeah.
That's not what I need. I need you to have a potentially have a private plane, or like you're in a pool like a whatever those things, like a share with a private plane with a couple of other DJs. You need to personally know Calvin Harris.
Okay, friends with Calvin Harris.
Friends with Calvin Harris, and like got an invite to Zed's birthday party. Like you need to be that level to fuck with it, you know? And they have to buy you lots of nice stuff while they treat you like shit.
Yeah, I don't feel like she's getting anything out of this relationship.
No.
Like nothing at
No benefits.
all. Nothing at all. And also, if your best friend is a guy, I'm wondering if your best friend's going to beat the fucking shit out of him. Not that I'm encouraging violence, but I'm just saying it might happen. Ugh, I hate him for you. Okay, well, let us know how it goes. I'm
I
so sorry we'd be the harsh
know.
truth.
I
but
know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's the worst. He's the fucking worst. Maybe we should date your best guy friend. I like that romance.
It's also, it's not to be cliche, but it's not you. It's him. Like, you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, no, it's 100%. There's nothing you could have done either.
Yeah.
Like if someone's gonna like be a dick and cheat on you, like he's gonna do it to this girl too.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
a him thing.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break, guys, and we will be back. Briogeo is clean hair care made with ingredients that detoxify, hydrate, and protect. All Briogeo products are built on their signature Nova Complex, natural oils, vitamins, and antioxidants. These powerful ingredients will immediately treat your hair, not strip or coat it, and build the foundation for long-term, healthy, nourished, and beautiful hair. Briogeo offers a complete line of texture-specific products with something for everyone. Their simplified regimens take the guesswork out of mixing and matching formulas, and they make it easy to find a custom routine based on your needs. Briogeo products are 6-free, meaning they're free of the 6 things that you do not want in your hair: parabens, sulfates, phthalates, silicones, DEA, and synthetic color. So, true story, I got my hair colored last week, and my hairstylist, Shaylee, said that my hair is the healthiest that she's ever felt it since she started doing my hair, which made me so happy. And I was telling her about Briogeo, and I think I might have converted her. She was like, okay, let me try this stuff out. I'm personally a huge fan of the hair mask, and the hair mask is so hydrating that I now just like comb, and this is what I used to do when I would wear my hair naturally curly, is I would just comb through my hair with the mask in my hair, and then I just would be done. I wouldn't brush my hair once I got out of the shower, and like my hair feels so nice and so healthy. And also another thing that they don't even talk about, but I've found for me, I can go like a really long time between washes because my hair gets really, really clean, but it doesn't get overly dry and then it's not producing oil. So guys, I am a huge fan. And to learn more about Briogeo's complete line of products, visit briogeohair.com. You could also take their hair quiz to build your own custom regimen. And right now, Briogeo is offering 15% off your purchase when you use our special code BLAME at checkout. That's BRIOGEO hair.com and use our exclusive promo code BLAME to save 15% off any purchase of Briogeo's customized hair care solutions. Okay, guys, we are back from our break and we are ready to jump into the rest of the calls.
Hi, Megan. I'm 22 years old and I've had a crush on a coworker for 3 years. I don't know. I've worked at such a shitty job. I have to wake up at such an ungodly hour, and every time I walk into my building, I just want to punch everybody that walks my way. But the minute I see him, it just all releases. The anger is gone, and I'm so excited to start talking to him. And I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of crazy for him and I'm obsessed, and it's such a good friendship, and we're so goofy with each other and so serious. I've really gotten to know him. I've told him things and he's told me things, and it's been a good friendship. But I think I kind of ruined it because I confessed to him that I liked him. And he said, thank you. So to not make it so awkward, which probably made it more awkward, I said, you're welcome. And I walked away. And him and I haven't talked about it. And I don't know what it means. I don't know how to take that. I don't know if I messed it up. I don't know what to do. I'm confused. I thought it would help, but I don't understand anything. So, if you know what that means, I'd love to hear your opinion. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Oh my God. I feel so bad for you. This is so awkward. Fuck. Oh. Isn't there an episode of Sex and the City or something where someone says I love you and someone else says thank you?
I'm sure.
It's in like everything. I mean, what do you think?
I think that you telling him was your only option.
Yeah.
Like you had to tell him. So I'm so sorry that it did not go how you envisioned it going, because after 3 years of build up to have that reaction, I think anyone would be disappointed.
Yeah.
And I had a friend, we were friends for like best friends for a long time, and he confessed his feelings to me after like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And I just told him, like, thank you for telling me. Like, I don't feel the same way, but I love you so much. But if you need time, then I totally understand. But it's such an awkward situation if both parties, if the feelings aren't reciprocated.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, because you were really brave to do that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people spend their whole lives just having feelings for people, not saying anything because they're scared. And so I'm like really proud that you said something. But yeah, I so feel for that reaction that you got.
Yeah, because I think he doesn't have like, there's two options. And I think like, I don't know how long ago you said this to him, because that'll kind of rule whichever, if this option's even possible. But like, it could be one of those things that like, he doesn't want to date a coworker. Like, it's awkward and like weird and unprofessional. And like that he does have feelings for you too, but he's gonna quit his job and then say something to you. But like, if that hasn't happened, if it's been more than like a week and there's been no talk and it's just going back to normal, like he's saying the condensed version. He's like not as emotionally mature as you were, but he just did the first part of it because like it's like he loves you like a friend, but he doesn't have those feelings for you. And I think like if nothing's changed and things are just back to how they always were, that's what your answer is. And it's awkward, but like, yeah, if you need to like kind of take a step back, and also first of all, it sounds like you hate your job and like so much, and he's the only thing you like about it, and like maybe you find another job. Like that's not fun to like be around somebody who you really, really care about and who doesn't have those feelings for you. And if it's the only good part of your job, that's also, I don't want to say that like, maybe that's, I mean, yeah, maybe that also did influence how much you like him is because like, it's like I said with Nicole, it's like camp goggles. Like you hate this fucking place so much. Maybe you don't hate camp, but like you hate where you are so much. And he's like the only good thing. But maybe you brought him out into the real world compared to other things that you really like. Like, oh, maybe you like him so much because of the situation. And it's like, it's whatever it's called, like trauma bonding or whatever. When you hate some place so much, and like it's kind of like maybe that was like that amplified feeling. But yeah, I think you just need to like figure out maybe getting a new job and like taking space away from the friendship, and like until you can feel okay with just friendship and not holding out for anything more. But I think it's like you said, I think it's a really good thing that you told him, because I think there's so much of like, well, what if, and also like you've spent the last 3 years. I don't know if I doubt I'm saying this, if it was me and I was like obsessed with someone, I wouldn't have been dating anybody else.
Right. I
So,
wouldn't
like,
have even thought of anybody else.
So then this is like releasing you from that, and you're able to like move on and date other people and have like a real reciprocated love and have someone who you like really you like even more than you like him right now, and who also likes you back. So it's a good thing that you did it. It sucks that it was awkward, but like it definitely, like you said, it had to have happened. Otherwise, like you would have gone to the grave being like, I hate my job and I love him so much. Also, yeah, you need to get a new job.
I know.
You have to get up early too.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. You hate everything. But it was really romantic. I was like, he walks, like in my mind, he walks through the door slow motion, wind in his hair.
I know.
It's like a double door.
Yeah.
It just opens itself.
And like everything's dark and then there's a light.
Yeah. He's the only thing in color.
Yeah.
Like, wow. It's like, yeah, but it's just not it.
I think if you like really enjoy his company and you're able to acknowledge like, okay, this is never going to happen romantically, but I like really enjoy his friendship, then I think you have a conversation and say, hey, I know that the feelings aren't reciprocated romantically, but I really enjoy your friendship. So I don't want things to be weird between us. Because if you do, for whatever reason, have to stay at that job for now, you want it to be as enjoyable as possible without adding on to the misery. By like having to avoid this guy because now you're like embarrassed or whatever. So.
Yeah. And you'll be fine. You'll realize when you date someone else that you're like, oh,
you deserve at the very least to be with someone who wants you back.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's also a different level of liking someone too. Once you're with someone who also likes you as much as you like them, then you're like, oh wow, I like you a whole different level. And our relationship is a whole different level because like it's reciprocated. But it sucks when someone like doesn't like you back. That was, I had my one that the guy that didn't like me back who basically said thank you. I should have known, considering I knew him through doing musical theater together. And I loved him so much. And I really thought we were going to be it. And surprise to me, he's gay. And I was like devastated. But yeah, it was like, that was like one of like my first big crushes. And I remember being like, oh my God, this heartbreak sucks. And now I'm like, what the fuck, Meghan? Like,
I know.
You do plays together.
Yeah, but there's nothing worse than like you can't make someone like you back. And it's I remember I had this moment liking this guy and all of a sudden like he didn't like me back. And I remember thinking like, I can't do anything about this. And like the more that I try to do something about this, the more he's not gonna like me.
You're like, I'm gonna look fucking crazy. Like I'm just, it's a rough thing, but it's not, it just means that he's not your guy. That's just what it is. But I think you should look into quitting your job. Sounds terrible.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, I really want to know what you do. Why do you get up so early?
Maybe she's a baker.
No, she wouldn't hate that. That's so lovely.
No, I feel like the bakers love baking.
Unless the other people suck and she's like entry level because she's younger.
Oh. I don't know why my mind went to like male. Like she's a mailman, but also then she wouldn't spend time with him.
I went to like DMV.
Ooh, oh my God. Honestly, if you work at the DMV, you need to fucking quit. You have to enjoy the torture. Like if you hate it there, you need to quit.
You got to be somebody that like hates everybody there and you just can get out your anger and just yell at people. And that's the only way.
Yeah, that's the only people who thrive there.
No one pisses people off more than DMV people.
And they get off on it. They go,
that's what I'm saying. They're like,
everybody today. It was the greatest day ever.
If you're lovely and you work at the DMV, we apologize. I don't mean that.
Also, which DMV do you work at? Can I go there? Like, God, I hate the DMV. Okay, well, Best of luck. I'm sorry. It sucks.
Yeah. You'll find your person.
Well, on to the next.
So, hi, I'm 15 and I live in Texas. So, my dad's in prison. Yay.
Wait,
I'm an
Her
only
dad's
child
in
and I live
prison.
with my mom currently. And I still do talk to my dad, but I don't know if I want to keep talking to him. Like, okay, so the reason why is because some of the things he says in his letters make me feel slightly uncomfortable. Like, he says I am the cause of his happiness, and I don't want to be that sole cause. He has a son and 4 sisters who don't contact him as much as me and my mom do. So, like, if I stop talking to him, he'd have no one left, and I don't want him to be depressed, because I know he has been depressed. He's told me, and he's written poems and showed me those poems about him being depressed and all this other stuff. And I just don't want to be the reason he's depressed. I just feel like our relationship is really one-sided. Like, he needs me a lot more than I need him. Like, if he chose to leave my life right now, I wouldn't be affected because he's never been there for me, like my mom has or something. And I feel like if I cut him off completely and he gets out of jail, he'll have no one to help him back on his feet. He'll just go right back, and I don't want to be the reason for that. But if I don't and he comes back, he's gonna change our family dynamic. Like, he's gonna want me to lean on him as much as he leans on me, which I can't. I'm independent, extremely. Like, he was gone. My mom was an alcoholic, recovering. She's like 113 days, I believe. So, like, proud of her. But anyways, I've had to grow up by myself, and I don't want him to change this whole thing. And yeah, I don't know what to do. Do you have any advice? Like, should I stop talking to him? Should I just stick it out? Maybe it's just me feeling uncomfortable because I'm socially awkward. I don't know. But thank you.
Oh my God. I want to give you a hug.
No.
But I mean, fucking go you. Congrats to your mom. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, like you're so mature. Like, and you're just like, your gut instinct is right.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone makes you feel uncomfortable at anything, doesn't matter who they are, how they're related to you. If you're uncomfortable, there's a reason why you're uncomfortable. And that's a huge thing with women, is like justifying why you feel uncomfortable. And it's a feeling in the pit of your stomach that's there or it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's there, it doesn't matter why it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. There is no logical way why that's there, and you're being crazy. Like, you don't feel that feeling for nothing. There's no, like, you can't psych yourself into like having that gut, like, I feel really uncomfortable feeling. And there's a difference between feeling like socially awkward and that, like, when someone says or does something that makes you like feel uncomfortable, because it's not an awkward feeling. It's like
it's a sick pit of your
it's like,
stomach.
I want to like rip my skin off.
Yeah.
Like, this is like sort of a thing. I think like I personally think like you're having to parent your dad, and that's not what you need. And you can't be like, there is no one, like, mental health, like depression, like anything like that it's a chemical imbalance. It's not the cause or doing of anyone. Like, you can't make someone depressed as a person. Like, if it's like bullying, it's anyone. And I say this from like therapy and like all of this stuff. If you are predisposed and you have chemical imbalances in your brain already, and if someone does something to you, it can trigger those feelings and it can make it, and you're more susceptible to being depressed. But the same life plan could happen to 2 different people. And depending on how your brain chemicals are, you're going to react and feel very, very, very differently. So it's not something that's your responsibility. It's like not, and that's also not, that's not what you put on a kid to say like you are the sole, and you're right. And like, that makes you feel uncomfortable that you're the sole source of his happiness. Like, that's a lot of pressure, and it's not like pressure that you can put on it like a 16-year-old. Like, it's not
15.
fair. Oh yeah, 15. Then I think like, you know what's best for you, and that's cutting him out of your life, and it's preserving you, and it's about you, and he's not your responsibility. And anything, if he puts that pressure on you, like, it's also not fair, because like, it's not true. Like, you can't fix him. You can't do anything for him. Like, you can't make anything better for him. But if he's telling you that, that's going to make you think that. And it puts all of this pressure on you that, like, there's literally no way that you can live up to that because it's not true. That's not how it works. And no matter what, this sounds bad, but like, this is the hard way to say it. Even if you keep him around in your life and you do everything that you say that he wants from you, you're still going to disappoint him because that's you. It's not a real thing that he wants from you. And it's not something that you can give him or anyone can give him. Like, it's no matter what, it's not going to be enough. So I don't want you to like, so if you're weighing the pros and cons or looking at like two different outcomes, the outcome in which he's in your life and like, you think that like, okay, well, I'll just have to like suck it up and deal with it and it'll be okay. That's not guaranteed. Like, it's an adult who's asking so much of a kid and he's going to ask more, you know?
He's just ultimately being as selfish as someone can be. And like you said, he is not your responsibility. And I know we feel that towards our parents and towards family members or people who are close to us, but you cannot live your life trying to make sure that he's okay because he's going to wear you down to a point where you feel that you carry this guilt on your shoulders. So I think you need to let him go. Like, let him out of your life and let him know that you love him. I think you love him and that's why you're even asking these questions. But he's like going to drain the life out of you. And you're never going to be able to fully please him or make him feel like fulfilled. Yeah.
And there's a reason why like his son and his sisters and everyone like that, they don't talk to him as much and they aren't as a part of his life. And I don't say this as an insult because you're incredibly mature, but like there's an idea that young people are more easily manipulated. And even if he's not intentionally manipulating you, but that's just kind of the relationship he has with people. The older that you get, the harder it is because like there isn't that like innate sense of response. Like, oh, this is my parent. I have to report to them. Like I'm younger. Like I can't drive without them. I can't do all these other things without them. So they have that sort of like feeling towards them. And ultimately, at the end of the day, and again, you're super mature, but like if we're talking solely about age, like you're 15, you cannot do anything for him. You can't get him a job. You can't drive him. You can't do all of these other things. All he's wanting is for you to carry his emotional baggage. Yep. Like you're not like his sponsor. You're not someone who actually could help him in terms of like anything. Like you're not whatever his like issues are, you're not licensed, qualified, or a legal adult who could actually help him. So the idea that he really needs you, he needs a lot of other people who can do a lot more for him. He doesn't need his like 15-year-old daughter. Like he can love you so much and you can love him so much, but like putting responsibility on you for anything it's not like you're not able to do anything like that for him. But I think, and I think also if I were you, I would reach out. I don't know if you have a relationship with like his sisters or his son. I don't know if you guys are like half siblings or whatever it is. If maybe reaching out to them and kind of like having their confirmation to being like, yeah, this is kind of how this goes. Don't worry. It's going to be okay. Like we're here for you sort of a thing. Because if it feels like your family or your sort like, you've said that like he really hasn't been around or anything like that. But if maybe there's a way that you can talk to other people who are in your extended family who've also dealt with him like that, you'll realize that it isn't just you and it's not something that you need to get over. And also like you said, I love you, Dad, all of that stuff. And you can still have and give him the option of saying like, I still love you and I still really care about you, and whatever you want, like if you want to have a relationship with him in a couple years down the road and you want to decide that, like let him know that the relationship now needs to be on your terms, not his. And then talk to your mom about it too and have her be on the same page with you so you can feel that, because I don't think anyone's going to fault you for not wanting to have a relationship with him and him saying things that make you feel uncomfortable. And if you, send things, if he's sending you or saying something that makes you feel really uncomfortable, I would definitely tell another adult in your life too. And just so you don't, I know that you're really mature and you've like very much like raised yourself, but if there is someone else in your life that like, if you want to like, I don't know, you also can lean on somebody. And I think that's really helpful. And as someone who's now recently learning, I'm like, therapy, I have to lean on other people. I can't do everything myself. It's a hard thing to do, but I think it'll also like lessen this like feeling of responsibility that you don't need to have. Like I'm sure there are adults in your life who also want to be able to help, even if it's like a school counselor, all of that kind of stuff. Because you shouldn't have to like deal with all of this. But I think cutting him out's the right idea. But you're so mature and smart.
I know. I'm like, I can't imagine handling this at 15. No. You're amazing. And I'm sorry that you're even put in this situation, but you're smart. You know what to do. You just need, the validation to do it. And it's hard when it's your family, but it's really
you have
to take care of yourself.
And you're doing a fantastic job of that. And now this is like the mentally taking care of yourself part.
Exactly.
Which is harder because it feels selfish and it's not. Like it's very much not. You know how to like get yourself to school, make your lunch, do all of those things. And this is like, okay, now I need to know how to like not feel like a like feel burdened by something. Yep. So you're making the right call. You're very, very smart. So fantastic. So that's it for our calls, but now, or it's kind of it for our advice-y calls, or I guess it's not it for our calls. It's fucking time for Don't Blame Them. This is where listeners call in and give their own advice from other episodes. So if someone's like had something similar happen to them, they've dated a DJ, they'd be like, okay, listen, they fucking suck. So this is when they would call in and like essentially give their own advice. If anyone's dated a DJ, I would love to get some like horror stories.
Yes.
Yeah. Not like I don't want your fucking success stories ruining my like theory that DJs are the worst people to date.
Yeah, we need the
I need the bad
gritty,
ones.
Yeah.
I want the bad ones. Especially domestic DJs.
Hometown DJs.
Yeah. Oh.
Hi Megan and Melissa, because I'm calling about your most recent M&M episode. I have some advice for actually your first question with the girl who was feeling kind of and didn't want to necessarily do things with her family all the time. I had previously been in a very similar situation where I was the girl. So you guys could relate to the guy, but I could relate to the girl as like a younger version of myself. Now it's different. But I just would like to tell her that I think you need to take a step back and you need to realize that you are projecting your values onto your boyfriend, just because it's extremely important to constantly have your significant other around your family that doesn't necessarily hold the kind of weight to him that it does to you. And men are really dumb. So he's not going to understand that, even if you blatantly do say it. Sometimes they don't. But you have to not look at him in a way that you would hold yourself to it. Like you can't say that the plans with his friend aren't as important as my family is, because I 100% am guilty of doing that in a past relationship that is in the past now because of that in a certain way. You can't expect people to conform to how you want things. A relationship is very much 50-50, and people give and receive love in many different ways. And I think, like I said, that if this is some deal breaker to test every single family thing with you, then you should reevaluate your relationship. But my biggest advice is just take a step back and look at you can't project how you feel and how you receive onto your boyfriend, because he has his own set of values and how he feels and how he receives, and that may not be like family time to him, and to you it is. And you can't also, before I run out of time, you can't decide what's important to your boyfriend. Like you saying canceling his plans with his friends is less important than your family thing. I've done it, sis. It's not cute. I've done that before. It's pretty toxic to do when you take a step back and realize, oh wow, I can't decide what goes on in someone else's life. Anyways, gonna run out of time, but good luck in getting through the situation. Bye.
Oh my God, she's so self-realized. She's like 6 months post-breakup where she's like, I did some fucking stupid fucking shit and now I'm better about it. Wow. I want to be that actualized about relationships. I don't know. Or I'll just stay in this one so I don't have to like think about it. But you're right. You can't decide what's important to other people. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought she was going to like roast us because we were on his side. But I do want to know, if you're listening, caller from that original episode, would love to know what happened, like what the update was. And if you...
So she wanted him, he had plans with his friends, and she was like, no, we're hanging out with my family and that's more important.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because her sister's boyfriend was going to be there too. And so
it's like a competitive thing.
And And I was like, you'll be
It's
fine.
unhealthy too.
Yeah. And also, like, you never know anyone else's family situations. Like, so
Right.
someone else might be like really like into family time and hang out with family, but their family might not live close by. And so like, this is the way that they get to do it, is hang out with their significant other's family. But then sometimes like my family's cool, like I'm tight, but like I got my friends, like I don't need that.
Or like my friends are my family and my time with them is
Just
as valuable.
important.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm like, don't walk between me and my friends. I'm done. I don't need to go to a fucking theme park with your family in matching shirts. I made up the matching shirts. But when I think of whole family at the theme park, I think of kids getting lost and I think of matching t-shirts. It's like Johnson Family Vacation, Knott's Berry Farm. Like, oh, that I would cringe. I would die. I'd be like, we have to break up right now.
This is it.
This is the end. Well, also speaking of the end, wow, great segue. This is the end of our podcast, guys. Thanks so much for listening. If you want to call in for an upcoming episode, you can leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. And international listeners, you can send us an audio file at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. Check out don'tblameme.show. Our Instagram's at don'tblamemepod. And where can everybody follow you?
On Instagram, it's at Becca Tilley. My podcast, Scrubbing In with Becca Tilley and Tanya Rad, wherever you can listen to podcasts. And what other thing? Twitter.
I love your
Becca
Twitter.
Tilley 5.
It's a great Twitter. And you have a great Instagram too.
Thank you so much.
I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
Huge fan. And also now I finally fucking watch Bachelor, and I was like, I can't go back and watch your seasons.
Don't.
I know, but I can't even find them.
That's actually a great thing. I'm happy
but I
about
really
that.
wish I could, like so
I'm
badly.
Sure they're somewhere.
I'll
You
find
can probably buy them.
I mean, I
It's
love you,
not
but I
worth
don't. It's not
okay, I was
worth
gonna
it.
say,
Yeah.
for the love of God, do not buy that.
I don't need to see guys fall in love with you who you're not dating now. Like, it's not like I'm good. I'm good.
You don't want to see me get dumped twice.
No,
2 seasons
mean-
in a row.
Oh, who cares? Fuck up. You don't need them. You're doing better. And Face ID me. Okay. And shout out to our Patreons, Sarah Ritchie, Sonia, Ashton Slawanski, and Ashley Erickson. Why was Erickson hard for me to read? They are our, you guys, shout out for our Patreons. If you are for our patrons, if you're not following or you're not on, if you're not a patron of our Patreon, guys, this word is fucking hard for me. Do not kill me. Check it out. Those, you guys, they got a special shout out because they are the ones who recently just joined because they want to see Melissa's twerking video. And we've decided that how many
100.
100 and then me.
Mm-hmm.
So 100 if you join, I will then take a class with Melissa and we'll film it and you can see me do it, which is worth so much more than 100 because guys, I don't think you understand. Like, I can't twerk at all. Like, I've spent hours alone in my room, like watching videos, trying to learn how to twerk.
Those are the videos we want. That's the video we want.
I have nothing to twerk. So
yes,
also,
you can, because what you're thinking of, it's coming from like your legs, but it comes from your back popping.
But I'm gonna be so bad, and also like I just look like every time I take like a dance class, like a hip hop class or whatever, I'm like I can do ballet. Like I'm too tall for hip hop. Like I just look like a green bean who's like everyone else is like small and their moves are compact, and like I do any move and it's like a choice. It's a big fucking move because like I'm just long, so I can't do anything like just like a subtle move. Like it's just so, and if it's like anything with your arms up, like everyone's arms are here and I'm like up in the fucking air. It's so awkward.
Well,
it's
you don't
so
have
bad.
to worry about that part.
Yeah.
It's a choice.
It's a strong choice too. Well, guys, if you want to see that, check us out on Patreon, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Briogeo is clean hair care built on natural oils, vitamins, and antioxidants. These powerful ingredients treat and build the foundation for healthy, nourished, and beautiful hair. Briogeo offers a complete line of texture-specific products with something for everyone. Take the hair quiz and learn more at briogeohair.com and get 15% off any purchase when you use our special code BLAME. That's BRIOGEO hair.com and use our exclusive promo code BLAME to save 15%. Don't Blame Me is a production by me. Executive produced by Melissa DeMonts, camera operator Amanda Lechner, and music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso, part of the HerPod Network.